Welcome to 2K Sports presentation of the NBA, but the bad news is there is no basketball, there is no NBA. The game has been canceled. Ha ha! Happy April Fool's Day! And if you claim to be a basketball purist, and Greg, I know you do, one thing you gotta love watching is great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
Here are the five for the Raptors. Barnes and Pirtle make up the inside pair. Walter out there with Emmanuel quickly. And it's Battle in at the small forward position. And it's the Raptors ball. Pass to Barnes. Here's Battle. He's defended by Herter. The three from Barnes. It's rebounded by Giddey. And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. Coach had praise for one of the opponents tonight, the versatile Scotty Barnes. He told me Scotty's somebody that can do it all. He can score, pass, rebound, and defend multiple positions. That's rare for a player his age. So, Kevin, Scotty's still growing as a player.
Thank you, David.
Defensive foul.
Yeah, going hard to the rack, making a statement here early on.
And this is why you get the ball into his hands. Let him establish the pace and rhythm of the game.
The Raptors shooting their first free throw tonight. And the defense of this Raptors team, Craig, they are built to switch.
And it's no accident with their roster construction. They like having wings that can guard all five positions. Makes defending a much easier prospect.
And Greg, for Buzelis, basketball has been a part of his family for generations.
Yeah, how about that? Both his parents played professionally in Lithuania, as did both of his grandfathers. And his dad now works for the Lithuanian men's national team as a physiotherapist.
First one falls for him.
Whether he's off ball or on it, you just love what Buzelis brings to the floor.
Both shots good from the stripe. And when you talk to people about the Bulls, GA, Michael Jordan's shadow still looms large over this team and organization.
And Kevin, they haven't won a championship before or since he was in Chicago. They've had plenty of good players, Derrick Rose and MVP, Jimmy Butler as well, but the results haven't been there.
And here are the Bulls now. 11 feet away, buries the jump shot.
A rookie with terrific form. Buzelis is well equipped to take advantage of any opening he finds.
Active quickly. Barnes sets a screen for Quickly. Chicago grabs the miss. Their last meeting was in this building where they were able to come out on top.
Well, they coasted to the win in that one. Were dominant in the rebound department, and that was a huge factor.
I think there was no question they brought a level of physicality along with a tremendous work ethic, and it was why they were successful.
Here he goes. Battle misses.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Pass to Herter. Shot clock at 6. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. Giddey, no one around him. Kept alive. White, wide open, and again for 3.
And that last 3 now ties him for the franchise record for most in a season. You know he's looking for that next one.
You talk about being locked in all year long. Next one sets the franchise record. What a season it's been for him.
look here at some of the numbers for Herter. Breaking down his play since the All-Star break. He's right around 13 points a night, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
Pass to Walter to stop the run. A three-pointer is right on target.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
For the three, White with another miss.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
Down low. Barnes outside. Bertle sets the pick for Barnes. A miss that time would have put him up. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for the Chicago Bulls. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
And defensively in that one, they needed to come up with big stops to quiet that crowd. And that's obviously easier said than done.
I'll tell you this, it looked like they wanted to get out of town as quickly as possible. The problem is their defense went with them.
Buzelis, good D by Barnes. Raptors trail by 3. Pass to Quickly. Back to Barnes. Bertle sets the pick for Barnes. And again, no good by Toronto.
This has not been a good period for this guy. Out of sync, not letting the game come to him. He's got to settle down and make shots. Boy, his shot looks deadly right now. Already, he's hit 3 of 4 to start.
Pass to Battle. And here is Bertle. Bertle sets the pick for Quickly. And the shot goes in.
Outstanding handle from Quickly. Boy, just understanding how to break the defense down.
And the timeout called here by Billy Donovan. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust. Tucker's checked in for Chicago. While we have a moment here, let's reveal the teams that have been holding opponents to the fewest points this month. The Raptors third.
You know, they're pressuring the ball more, challenging every single shot. Their defense has been playing at a really high level.
Outside, White. Pass to Vucevic.
Raptors foul. Shed. First personal foul. Second team foul.
Now here's Herter. Back to Vucevic. Here's Giddey. Just 4 to shoot. Great positioning on the putback.
And they've come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Here's Shed. Giddey defending. Battle passes to Barnes. Here's Walter. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
For 3.
Walter's got 6. For Chicago, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. And Vucevic kicks to Herter. Rebound by the Raptors.
Boy, surprised he missed that. The defense just good enough to prevent that bucket.
Pass to Mobo. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Here's Barnes. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Barnes has got it all tied up now for the Raptors.
You can see the confidence in that jumper building and building for Scotty Barnes.
Here's Horton Tucker. A three-pointer off the mark. Toronto's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Pass to Battle. Here's the screen. And it's Shed missing. Now Chicago's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Herter setting the pick for Vucevic. And the three off target. And it's Barnes with the ball for the Raptors. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, Kobe White became one of the top candidates last season for Most Improved Player. He says, I always tried to just let the work show. I wanted to prove that I could be a starting guard in this league. I just got to continue to get better every day, be aggressive, and be who I am. Kevin, back to you.
All right, D.A., love that attitude. Already one of the best passers in the NBA. Josh Giddey. DB, what's next for him?
I think the only thing that has to improve is the consistency from range shooting. It's such an important aspect for a guard to play, but he's shown a willingness and a found confidence in that perimeter game. And let's remember, Kev, he's in his early 20s. There's so much time for development.
Buzelis is checked in for Chicago. And both free throws good for Giddey. And we know the second night, Greg, of a back-to-back can be rough.
And the NBA has put in work trying to minimize these, but sometimes it's unavoidable. And if you have a long bench, this is when you lean into it.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Chicago making some changes. Collins checked in for Vucevic. Williams comes in for Buzelis. Young is subbed in for Josh Giddey. On defense, the Bulls. Here's Mobo. In the game against Philadelphia, very impressive. Here's Robinson, and the Raptors miss again.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Inside, Williams with the block. Outside, White. Good, another from three.
And he's shattered the franchise single-season high for three-pointers made.
Getting them up and connecting with high volume. He's been a flamethrower all season long. Young outside. Williams for three. Drains it from beyond the arc. And now an 8-point Bulls lead.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Down low. Pass to Roden. Shot clock at 5. Here's Shed. And no good. The try spell continuing for him. White with it. And here's Young.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Outside Williams. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
They been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
Here's Lawson, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. This is his first free throw of the game.
At the line for the Raptors, A.J. Lawson. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Miller's checked in for Kobe White. The Raptors also with a sub. Swider's checked in. Good on the second free throw. Chicago leading by 9. Young with no one around. Another 3 for Chicago.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
And the Bulls with possession. They're on a 13-3 run. Pass to Collins. Williams in the post. He had 25 points last game.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
36 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Swider. Excellent D there from Williams. And so Miller will bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. 10-point lead. Pass to Collins. 5 to shoot. Here's Horton.
And listen to the crowd here. They know exactly how special this season has been.
To set the franchise record for threes in a season, they absolutely love him here.
Raptors substitution. Battle. Robinson.
Here's Mobo. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Mobo's got it back down to single digits for the Raptors. And so it's Chicago, holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And we'll be right back after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of 3-pointers thus far.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. Walter out there with Emmanuel quickly. Then it's Robinson, and it's Swider in at the power forward.
And hard work on the glass. Once again, guys, they put a lot of effort and focus on the backboard.
Here's Williams to the middle. Here's Horton Tucker.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. And that one's good. Swider's got his first 2 points of the night.
Oh, that's a pretty bounce pass. Nice.
Williams sets a screen for White. Let's go. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Outside Robinson. Battle passes to Quickly. Takes a 3. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
When you have the confidence like Emmanuel Quickly, you step across the half-court line and you believe you're within range.
Pass to Buzelis. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. That's 10 points for Buzelis.
Really well done there. Just confident and composed, never in a hurry.
It's tipped. Back to Horton Tucker. Pass to Buzelis. 6 to shoot. Here's Collins. A rebound by Battle. Raptors trail by 9. Here's Swider. Now Robinson. Now quickly. He's guarded by Williams. And here is Robinson over Collins. Robinson misses. Williams against Quickly. Pass to White. Outside Collins. Now Williams, 11 feet away. Again, Chicago.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
And the timeout called by Darko Rojakovic. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
It's time for Dance Dance. If you see yourself on the big screen, you know what to do. Show us your moves. Dancing machine. You must have left your dancing shoes at home, huh? Let's see those dance moves.
So for the Bulls, Vucevic comes in for Collins. And Kevin Huerter subbed in for Talen Horton Tucker. Jakob Poeltl's checked in for the Raptors. Barnes comes in for Quickly. Here's Walter. He has 6. Here's Poeltl. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Doris, what this team likes about Jakob Poeltl, the combination of 7-foot size and great skill.
You know what, Kevin, to me, this young man has a nuanced understanding of the game. He sees the floor, so that means at his size, he can make on-time and on-target passes. He's a very capable rebounder and defender. There's just a lot to like about his game.
Back to Williams. And Poeltl pulls it down. And it's Barnes with the ball for Toronto. 6-point game. They'll be playing host to Portland for their next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. 6 on the shot clock. Poeltl sets the pick for Barnes. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the bump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Pass to Buzelis. Picked by Williams. And here's Huerter outside. Good on the triple. Huerter's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, the defense daring him to shoot, and he makes them pay for their disrespect.
And Robinson wide open. He shoots. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own. It's no good. Here's Battle. Currently averaging almost 6 points a game. From outside the arc, buries the long-range jumper. Battle's got 6 points.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Huerter on the wing. Back to Williams. Good ball movement here by the Bulls. Vucevic dishes to Williams. Stolen by Robinson. Barnes with it. And it's Buzelis picking him up. Battle misses. Chicago leading by 6. Pass to Buzelis. Williams sets a screen for Buzelis. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Now here's Barnes. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. With the floater, it's stolen by Vucevic. And White kicks to Williams. Pass to Vucevic. Outside Williams. Over in the corner, White. 5 on the clock. Takes it from 10. And the Bulls with another miss. Raptors trail by 6. Here's Walter. Back to Barnes. Pass to Pirtle. Shoots over Vucevic. Nice shot by Pirtle. Pirtle's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, with big hands and nice touch, Pirtle knows how to finish in the post. This guy has a lot in his arsenal.
Hey, Greg, Kobe White has proven he can run the show.
Yeah, well, he's more than just a scorer. He's become a quality playmaker with better decision-making. But his biggest improvement has been his efficiency.
And he makes the first. It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their roles.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play. The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Out left to the wing. Here's Mobo. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Cuts off the pass. Pass to Lawson. Here's Shed. He's coming off a 10-point game against the 76ers in Philadelphia. Shot clock at 6. Battle passes to Lawson. There's the triple. Swider, no good. The Bulls leading by 6. Outside, White. To the inside. Great pass to set up the lay-in. And 12 points for Kobe White.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
Here's Mobo. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Vucevic.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Bulls making a switch here.
2 shots.
And he's good on the second. Chicago has gotten a lot of looks from outside tonight, 5 of 12. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, Bulls coach Billy Donovan keeps perspective. He says, I used to come back from a tough road loss, go straight to the office and pull an all-nighter, trying to figure out what went wrong. My highs were too high and my lows were too low. You have to realize so much of it is just luck. The breaks of life. Kevin?
That's right, D.A. We respect Billy Donovan as much as any coach in the NBA. But a good outlook there, you're right. Hey, thank you. Pass to Shed. There's a screen. And the Raptors miss again.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
To the paint. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
There's a screen by Collins.
And a brief check of the stats for Williams. His last 10 games, he's around 14 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you talk about defensive presence, he's the real difference maker on that end.
Yeah, he's always somewhere around the ball, finding ways to help his team by shutting down the opponents.
He misses the free throw. Second free throw, no good.
Uncharacteristic trip to the line for him. Just lost his feel on those shots.
And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Playing as a team is so crucial. Let's see the NBA's best. Number 5, the Bulls.
And contrary to what we see from other teams, this squad has no interest in playing strictly as individuals. Their assist numbers show what a cohesive bunch they are.
Collins in the post. Williams finds Herter. Williams a screen on Lawson. No one near Herter as he lets it fly. Gets an open look and hits.
He's been a marksman this period. Their shot mechanics finally in sync.
Here's Mobo. Rebound by the Bulls. There's 1:38 left in the first half. And let's check out a breakdown looking at some of the stats for him.
The field goal percentage has spiked in the past 5 games. It's up a lot from what it had been earlier in the season, and with every game that it continues to rise, his confidence does as well. We'll see if he stays in that mode tonight.
First one falls for him. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe. Raptors trail by 11. Pass to Mobo. Inside. Lays it up off the glass. Mobo's got 7 points.
Boy, when he's this deep, it's going to be tough to stop him, especially with a smaller defender.
And here is Williams. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Horton Tucker, the pass to Collins. And the 3 ball is good. Collins has got the lead up to 12 now for Chicago.
Well, for a big man, his stroke is just beautiful. And because of the height, it's so hard to challenge.
Here's Swider. He's guarded by Williams. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. For Toronto, they have shot 3 of 5 at the foul line.
Second team foul. At the line for the Raptors, Swider taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. And Toronto making a change here. Quickly is checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. The Bulls leading by 10. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. The Bulls have shot 70% from the free throw line tonight, 7 for 10. And that one falls for Williams.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
And Williams drops them both. 23 seconds left in the first half. Here's Mobo. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Raptors have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game.
And 75% on the season as a unit from the free throw line.
Shooting 2.
2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And so he hits both. Williams with the ball. 9 points in the game so far. Lets it go with a 3. That shot off. And so it's Chicago with a 10-point lead, some breathing room heading into the break. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks, Nick. What got you guys going in the first half?
It was just we played aggressive and try to be present in there. Everybody, not just me, but all the guys. And that's all we need to do, when we start the game up right, and we can build a pretty nice lead like tonight we did.
Obviously, it's how you finish, not how you start. Thanks, Nick. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drums. They're measuring up the shots. Oh, someone left the window open. Let's hear it for the participant.
Hello, everybody. We'll break down the action shortly, but first, a glance at how the Eastern Conference standings are stacking up as the season winds down.
Well, right now for Chicago, they've had a drop-off that I don't think anybody predicted. Came into the season with high hopes. The chemistry just hasn't been there from the beginning. It's a disappointing year.
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Bulls.
When you take care of the boards, usually things turn out well, unless you're getting shot out the gym.
Which hasn't happened yet.
Thank you for being with us. Now let's send it to Kevin Harlan for the second half tip.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You know, you have to like what we're seeing from Kobe White.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
So with Smith sitting on the bench, here's the group that Billy Donovan has on the floor. The guard set is Giddey and White. Kevin Huerter is out there with Buzelis. And it's Vucevic in at the 5.
I think it's a big help when Pirtle can make the mid-range. It forces the defense to bring the bigs out of the post, and it really opens up things.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible, and boy, that's a terrific start right there.
At the line for Chicago, Josh Giddey.
Free throw, no good for Giddey.
Well, Josh Giddey has proven that he will have some triple-doubles in his career because he can score it, he can board it, and he can certainly find his teammates. Now it's about being consistent and efficient.
And here's Quickly for 3. It's good from long range. Quickly's got 8 points.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Pass to Buzelis. Vucevic gets double teamed. Pocket 4. And here's Huerter outside. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Barnes has got his 5th rebound in this one. Quickly with it. Pass to Battle. Over in the corner, Barnes. A 3-pointer, no good.
A good job by him on the glass here tonight. +8 in that department.
Now Buzelis. And the Bulls with another miss. Quickly looking it over. Over Giddey. Great look there, but off target.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Buzelis' shot is good.
Buzelis showing a little bit of everything with that quick release.
Quickly with a wide open look. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Buzelis' shot is good. And now a 12-point Chicago lead.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Get a chance to check out the seeding out east. 4 games left on the schedule here. We look at the Bulls. They're 10th in the conference, still looking to claim a spot for the playoffs. And of course, there's the Raptors, right on their heels as they've got the next best record.
And I think for Toronto, they've been stuck in a rut the entire season. We talk about teams maximizing their potential. Well, the opposite's been the case with this group.
I think for them, it's obviously been very disappointing. And I get the sense it's starting to weigh on them night in and night out.
White off target with his 3. And so quickly we'll bring it up for Toronto. Down by 12. A reserve through his first 3.5 seasons. Quickly now stepping indoors to a starting role.
You know, Kevin, you go from instant offense role off the bench to now being a lead guard. The responsibility takes an extraordinary step up. But this guy is clearly ready, quickly wanted to be a starter in this league.
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. Wants to regroup and go over the strategy. Chicago making a switch here. Smith has checked in. The Raptors making a switch here. We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. Pass to Giddey. Back to Smith. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. This is a list of the guys that have been dialed in at the free throw line lately since the All-Star break. No one has been better. 4th, Emmanuel Quickly.
Take a break.
And one look at his numbers since the break, and you can see how comfortable he's been at the foul line.
First free throw is good.
So far, Jalen Smith has proven to be a quality role player. This guy works his tail off both ends.
Both free throws good from Smith. Raptors trail by 12.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Deflects the pass. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Kobe White. He's one of the standouts over the last month. He's getting around 20 points per, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. You know, you look at the numbers and you think that this is great, but we know that he's capable of even bigger production.
You know, the numbers look okay, but the eye test tells us unequivocally he is capable of more. That is the sign of a star right there.
Back to Smith. He can't get that one to fall. Some solid defense from Robinson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. With every passing season, Quickly's role seems to expand.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, he's had to prove himself over and over. And now that he has, I don't think you find nearly as many doubters as he had when he first came into the league.
A free throw drops for Quickly.
One of the things I always like about Emmanuel Quickly, he's decisive with the basketball.
And Quickly drops them both. The Bulls leading by 10. Smith outside. It's up a 3. And White, the bucket on the assist by Smith. White's got 15.
And right now, White red hot. Just everything he puts up seems to go in.
All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Chicago.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
I think another thing that's striking here tonight, the ball movement is incredible. Again and again, they're making smart passes to ready shooters.
And Quickly drops them both.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Buzelis with the ball. Barnes on him. Giddey kicks to Herter. That's good, and so Giddey with the assist. Herter's got the lead up to 14 now for Chicago. Quickly the pass to Robinson. To the middle. The shot's good from Lawson.
Well, they're trying to establish their attack down in the paint, and make no mistake, these help their overall confidence.
Giddey sets the pick for Buzelis. Off target from outside. Raptors trail by 12. Barnes with it, and it's Buzelis picking him up. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. It's deflected.
Making good use of his length, Buzelis able to track down the block that time.
Here's Giddey, and there it is for him. Giddey's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing. Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Herter passes to Giddey. Back to Herter. Smith with a screen on Lawson. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Giddey, and he hits the jump shot. Giddey's got 8 points. And so Quickly will bring it up for the Raptors. It's a 16-point game. Pass to Robinson. Now Barnes. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Three-pointer. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He has 5.
This is a huge part of Scotty Barnes' development. Can he knock down the long ball?
And Billy Donovan decides to call timeout. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with this team. Chicago making some changes. Collins checked in for Jalen Smith. Williams comes in for Buzelis. And Talen Horton-Tucker subbed in for Josh Giddey. Herter finds White. Outside Williams. Herter, that's a 2-pointer. Offensive rebound. And Collins is right there. And the Bulls lead by 15.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Here's Shed. A look at his stats. He averages a bit over 8 points a game. Robinson misses.
And the well is running dry for him right now.
nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
Here's Williams. And it's Toronto with the rebound. Here's Shed. Pass to Mobo. Down low. It's tipped. It's stolen by White. Williams, that's for two. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Williams has got 11. Raptors trail by 17. Outside Robinson. To the inside. Pass to Walter. Here's the three. Shed, that's good. He's got 5.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
White the pass to Collins. Stolen by Robinson. Here's Shed. He's got 5. Outside Robinson. Pass to Swider. Shot clock at 5. To the right side. Shoots. And he gets it to go. Hitting off the back of the rim. The Bulls leading by 12. Stolen by Robinson. Here's Shed. Outside Robinson. To the middle. Stolen away. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Williams has a screen for White. From 11 feet away, Toronto grabs the miss. There's 1:47 left to play in the third. Collins against Robinson. Pass to Mobo. Here's Swider. Out to the right wing. Here's Shed. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Here's Horton Tucker, and the layup is good. Horton Tucker's got 5.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Mobo can't hit. The Bulls leading by 14. 51 seconds left to play here in the third. Here's White. They get it back. Collins missed inside. Toronto, they've gone 7 for 16 the second half from the field, shooting a bit under 50%. Pass to Mobo. Down low. It's deflected. And stolen by White. Knocked away. Here's Walter. White covering. To the paint. Here's Mobo. Puts the fadeaway right on the money. 11 points in the game. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Bulls lead by 12. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Setting the floor for the Raptors. They've got Robinson, who's out there with Jakob Poeltl, and it's Barnes in at the point. Here's Mobo. He's guarded by Williams. Pass to Robinson. Toronto working the ball around now. Poeltl with a screen on Giddey. Right block shot. Poeltl's shot is off. And so it's Giddey with it. He brings it up for Chicago. 17 points was their biggest margin. Collins finds Williams. Now here's Giddey. Shoots. Good as the jump shot falls. Giddey's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Bulls. Now Barnes. It's stolen by Buzelis. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Nobody near Williams. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there.
In the flick of a switch, going from defense to offense.
Well, just terrific anticipation to force the turnover and ignite the break.
And so it looks like the Raptors will retain possession here. And Toronto making a change here. Swider's checked in.
Number 12, Cole Swider.
And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this fourth quarter. Just 5 to shoot. Barnes can't get it to go.
All alone from mid-range. They know he won't miss many of those.
Outside Collins. Pass to Williams. That one falls through. It's his 6th make from the floor this game. Now 6 for 10.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he hasn't forced much tonight. I love the efficiency he's giving to them.
Here's Swider. Hurdle finds Barnes. Over Giddey. Barnes can't get it to go.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
Getting it done on both ends, and it shows up in the score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the...
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. Kevin Huerter is checked in for Chicago. The Bulls leading by 18.
Number 13.
And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Here's Giddey. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Scotty Barnes picks one up.
Listen, he's going to get stronger, but you talk about guile and the willingness to battle down low. Josh Giddey is more than up to the task.
You know, Doris, we know how physical the NBA is, but can you talk to the importance of mental toughness as well, and what it means for a player?
Kevin, I don't think a player can be successful in the NBA, and certainly a team cannot, without some level of grit and mental toughness. And what does that mean? How does that manifest itself? It means handling adversity. It means overcoming a key injury. There's a toughness required to be amongst the smartest, most resilient players or teams in the NBA.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
And Barnes sends it back.
Boy, big-time denial from Scotty Barnes. Use that frame to your advantage.
A sensational block that definitely deserves another look.
And that block might serve as a spark for this team. We'll see if it can ignite them.
Collins kicks to Giddey. Here's Huerter. Mobo with the rebound. Mobo's got 5 rebounds tonight. Pass to Barnes. Pirtle with the ball. Inside. And the officials will call the illegal screen right there. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible.
Vucevic checked in for Zach Collins. Manuel quickly, he's checked in for Toronto.
And at almost 7 feet, Buzelis is really tough to slow down. And when he's on, there's not much you can do.
Here's Pirtle. Shoots over Vucevic. Nice shot by Pirtle.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Pass to Huerter. Here's Buzelis. Nailed from three-point land. Buzelis has got 12 points in just the second half. Over to the left wing. Here's Pirtle. Rebounded by Vucevic. Vucevic has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Horton Tucker. That's tipped. Here's Swider. And the foul called on Josh Giddey. That's foul number 2 for him. Greg, we know players are not shy about criticizing officiating. Anything you try to change or improve with the way the game is called?
Well, I like when the players and the refs get together in the offseason to go over video examples. And I think one thing that's important is you got to have relationships between the players and the officials. And then I think the fans can also then kind of get on the same page. There are going to be missed calls out there. That will never change.
Here's Horton Tucker. And it's Toronto with the rebound. And here is Quickly. Pass to Pirtle. Here's Walter. 4 on the shot clock. And it's Quickly missing. And here is Giddey. Vucevic with it. Defended by Pirtle. Vucevic gets double teamed. Horton Tucker with it. Here's Herter. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Barnes has got 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, it hasn't been the most efficient game for this guy, but their team is fortunate to still be out in front.
Pass to Swider. Barnes outside. Here's Walter. Defended by Horton Tucker. The Bulls leading by 20. Ball's knocked loose. Pirtle with the steal. Now, here's Quickly. Every year, Doris, the NBA has a few points of emphasis they want to make. Anything you'd like to see emphasized?
Yeah, I think, Kevin, one thing that has to happen is we have got to give the defense a greater chance to succeed. We've tilted the game too heavily in the offense's favor, meaning too often at the rim, there's foul shots given for marginal contact. I think the defense has got to become more involved in the outcome of games.
Not a whole lot going down for him at this point. He just can't buy a break.
Back to Giddey. Jacks up a 3. And out of bounds as Toronto gains possession. Whitey's checked in for Buzellis. Raptors trail by 20. Pass to Walter. Some nice ball movement here by the Raptors. And again, no good by Toronto. And here's White. He'll bring it up for the Chicago Bulls. Here's Vucevic. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
This guy, a strong rebounder who uses his frame well. Vucevic has a knack for being in the right spot.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. And now, let's present our New Balance player of the game, Matas Buzellis.
He's put on a shooting exhibition for us here tonight. He's missed a couple along the way, but it sure seems like everything's been falling for him. The only way to keep him from converting is to keep the ball out of his hands.
After 2 straight losses, they switched it up a bit tonight, giving him a much bigger role, and it's worked out even better than they could have hoped for. Here's Giddey. And Pirtle pulls it down. Pass to Quickly. Here's Walter. Now, a trend that we've seen over the past couple years is that the league is getting younger, Doris, than ever before.
And, Kevin, that's a product of players starting to train seriously at a young age. And what they're training is their skill level, handling, passing, and shooting. The key here is, do they have a nuanced understanding of the game? There is where the growth has to come, but it is definitely getting younger.
The first one falls. He hits both from the stripe. Bulls leading by 18. Outside, White. In the corner, it's Buzelis. Pass to Horton Tucker. Now Buzelis. Down to 5 on the shot clock. White, good.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
On the free throw, no good. Chicago has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. Pass to Buzelis. To the inside. Here's Vucevic. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Vucevic has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bulls.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And on the year, this will turn out to be win number 34 for them.
And they cap off the season series with one more win. It's been nothing but W's, 4 straight.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Buzelis.
Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, Nikola Vucevic is a capable back-to-the-basket scorer, and he plays with tremendous confidence, guys.
And he can't hit the second. And so quickly, we'll bring it up for the Raptors. Pass to Mobo. Here's Walter. Here's Quickly. It's blocked.
My goodness, Josh Giddey using every bit of that frame to send that one back.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Just 2 to shoot. And that one's good. Quickly. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by court.